This is the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abish, founder of Abish Financial Services.
A lot of firms out there say they will do tax planning, say they will do Social Security planning and RMD planning, and typically they just do investment management. They want your money.
You've worked hard your whole life to earn and save. Now you need a plan to make that money work hard for you.
Where do you stand today with your retirement accounts, with your insurance, with Social Security, RMDs, taxes, all of it? This is how we need to think. We need to think outside of the box on these matters.
Abe is here to help you unlock the keys to your retirement.
Most of us spend so much time thinking about how we're going to make it to our retirement that we sometimes forget to plan for what we're going to do after we finally get there. Michael Finca, a professor at the American College of Financial Services, he tells Yahoo Finance that should be a part of your planning process.
You're probably going to get the most enjoyment from spending between 65 and 75, relatively early on in retirement. So you want to pay attention during those years and get the most out of the money that you saved. At the same time, give some thought to what's actually going to make you happiest, and don't dump all of your money in one thing, like an RV. I think an RV is a perfect example because a lot of people get sick of it after about a month. Give different things a try. Use your money. Don't just sit on it. Put together a plan for actually spending.
Abe, do you find that most people do have a specific plan for how they're going to enjoy their money, or do a lot of folks that come into your office usually just think that they're going to figure it out as they go along?
I think a lot of people kind of just think they're going to figure things out as they go along, Heather. And surprisingly, most middle Americans have not given a lot of thought as to how they want to spend down and decumulate and withdraw and receive all of this income that they've worked so hard for from their investments, right? We spend all this time working hard, especially in the DC metro area, but not a lot of thought to how we want to enjoy the hard-earned fruits of our labor. So we really recommend, Heather, setting up a lifestyle retirement plan. And in that lifestyle retirement plan, just as important as it is to investment diversify and tax diversify and have an income strategy and all these things, is to have a plan for what you're going to do in the rest of your life.
Right.
So we just had a lady call into the show, and she lives in Reston. She's 62, and she came in and she gave us a great example of what she plans to do here in the next few years when she retires with her boyfriend. So she's 62. She lives in Reston. She has $1.5 million saved.
Oh, wow.
And what they are going to do is called the Great Loop. Have you ever heard of it?
I haven't.
It's called the Great Loop. It's a boating adventure. And what loopers do is they cruise this 6,000-mile Great Loop aboard their own boats. They travel northward along the Atlantic intercoastal waterways to New York, through the New York canals to the Great Lakes to Chicago, down the inland rivers of the United States to the Gulf of Mexico, around Florida, and then back up again. And that's 6,000 miles. So she came in and she told us this story, and we were like, hey, we have another set of clients that are doing the same thing.
Really?
So that is pretty cool. They wanted to connect. Yeah. And so she's coming in, and this is one of the things that she and her boyfriend are going to do as soon as they retire, which we thought was amazing because they've obviously given this a lot of thought. And, those first 5, 10, 15 years of our retirement, we're going to be the most healthy, the most active, the most mobile. So take advantage. Those are probably going to be the years where we spend the most in retirement. And then as we age and, we head into maybe 75, 80 years old, we're going to be spending less the slower go years. And then as we head into, 85, 90, 95, the no-go years, right? We're obviously not moving around nearly as much and not spending as much as we would be the first 10 to 15 years. So how did we help this lady accomplish this? We helped her set up a lifestyle retirement plan that turned her assets from just growth and accumulation assets into income producing assets, because she came to us with $1.5 million and she was pretty confident that she could set up the retirement of her dreams, which she was right. But if we just have this growth mindset and we're just growing and accumulating and investing that way without being defensive and without thinking about income and retirement as well, we can really get burned, right? Because we might be taking on too much risk. But we have to have this mindset shift.
Okay.
And she did. And that's why she came in. Not only about thinking about going from your working career into retirement, but also shifting the way you're investing, shifting that mindset from just growth to growth and income. So now we can enjoy the fruits of our labor. We can set up this lifestyle retirement plan to do exactly what this lady and her boyfriend are going to do. You know, if that's boating around the country, if that's traveling and spending time with your grandkids, whatever it is, set up the lifestyle of your dreams by setting up a retirement plan that's going to meet your needs.
Let's talk about taxes are a big thing we're all worried about. If you're a regular listener here, you might know that we sometimes feature IRA expert Ed Slott on this program. He's a big believer in Roth rollovers, but he says that's not the only option that you have for managing your taxes.
Another way to do it, which may surprise people, is with life insurance. Now, just so you know, I'm a CPA, a tax advisor. I do not sell life insurance. But as a tax advisor, I have to tell you, among the single biggest benefits in the tax code is the tax exemption for life insurance. And I'm talking about permanent cash value life insurance, not term insurance. It's almost like a super Roth IRA.
Abe, is this true? Is buying life insurance really a good tax strategy for some people?
Well, you know what, Heather? It's a tool in the toolbox,
Okay,
right? And
got
so
it.
as a fiduciary firm, you want to be able to offer your clients anything in the market, anything out of the market. You want to have all the tools available,
Right.
and then you don't want to be married to any type of
Right,
tool,
right,
right? Like
yep.
a life insurance product, like an ETF, a stock, a bond, an annuity, whatever it is. Hey, they're all tools available.
Right.
And when structured properly and when paired together and married together very well, they can create an amazing portfolio, right? And so we just had some clients call in. They're in their late 50s. They're going to be working about another 10 years till their late 60s.
Okay.
They're business owners here in Northern Virginia, and they're just doing a fantastic job. Their revenues are growing and growing, you know, each year. They have a lot of extra cash flow. They're maxing out their 401ks and IRAs and still have room to save.
Right.
But they are concerned with taxes, right?
Yep.
Because they don't want to have all their eggs in one tax basket. That's the 401k basket. And
Right.
then have taxes go up on them. And they're concerned, like we are, that taxes will probably go up in the future because of our, you know, country's $30 trillion in national debt.
Yep.
So they're looking for ways to save, Heather, you know, on a tax advantage and tax efficient basis. They're looking for ways to mitigate and lower tax as much as possible. They were open to thinking outside of the box, and that's where life insurance and the discussion about life insurance came into play and came into the conversation. And as Ed Slott said, hey, life insurance can be a great tool, not term insurance, because term insurance is needed when you're young typically and you have kids and you have a lot of debt. This couple's in their late 50s with tons of cash flow and great resources. So it takes thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
You may say, life insurance, why in the world would I ever consider life insurance in retirement? It's because of all of the provisions inside permanent life insurance that can benefit a retiree. Some of those are tax deferral and tax-free accumulation of cash values, if structured properly, and tax-free proceeds through the death benefit when monies are passed on. So those are some of the reasons why a couple like this considered implementing life insurance in their retirement plan.
Thanks for listening to the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abish. To learn more about Abish Financial Services, visit retirementkeyradio.com and join Abe for his radio show, The Retirement Key, Saturdays at 2 p.m. on WMAL.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Abraham Abish is licensed in your state, please call 571-577-9968. Abish Financial Services is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Abraham Abish, NPM number 770-3575.